Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Dallen, Stanford, World Rugby and Major League Rugby commentator. And as always with me, New England head coach Ryan Martin. Motto, welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's a great wee show, so I'm enjoying it.
Well, listen, pal, firstly, huge congratulations on a fantastic victory on the weekend. Take us to minute 82 it was. Defensive stance on the line. You kept out Houston from scoring a single point. What was going through your mind when the whistle blew?
To keep a team at zero in modern rugby is a phenomenal effort. That just shows a lot of our character, and that's what our preseason's all been based on. And I think that the moment itself was Kenny, our reserve prop, coming on, and Villy putting on a really good tackle, and Kenny getting over the ball, Jacqueline, and winning the penalty for us. And for me, that your team's is in great heart when you've got players like that at that point of the game doing that type of stuff. So we're pretty pumped.
Let's go through the SaberCats. Dangerous team coming into this. They knocked out the Seawolves in week one. And so they're always going to be really tough, So let's look at the highlights, and once you give us a bit of your analysis of the encounter.
Yeah, so this is early on in the game. You can see it at the clock. It's just coming up to the minute mark, and it's a fantastic start for us. When we arrived at the ground in Houston, we realised it was potentially a 25-point wind, and we're playing straight into it. So we knew the importance of A, getting points in the first half, especially playing into the wind, and B, defensively being really strong, which you can see here. And not to concede any points in the first half. We went into the change room pretty pumped and excited at turning around and having that strong wind at our backs for the second half. So we were feeling really confident at halftime after our defensive effort here. Obviously, we got 2 yellow cards in the first half, so there was a considerable segment of the game where we had 13 players on the field and still kept Houston out. So that really buoyed our boys and gave us confidence, especially leading into the second half. If we got our discipline sorted, we knew we'd be able to do things like this, put some points on the board, use the win in our kicking game intelligently to create some mismatches. And, Dougie 5, 164 carry meters. This guy's just getting better. Bearing in mind, he hasn't really played a game for a year because of COVID over his way. So we're pretty pumped from what we're seeing here. This is one of our little specials that we put on them, which ends up leading to a try for us as well. So we had a big emphasis last week on, obviously, win or learn was our theme, and we were in the learning mode because we didn't win our first game. And we put a lot of emphasis around learning quickly from that. What are the takeaways from the LA game? Where do we need to quickly get better? Bearing in mind, this is essentially only our second game as a team. And you can see here with this try, the variety in our kicking game here really tests Houston's D right across the field. It was nice here for us to get our set piece a bit of confidence. I think against LA, we got tested against a really good set piece specialist team, and so we made some good fixes there, and we're able to apply them in this match. And as you can see here, Houston have got some really awesome attacking threats right across the field, and just the ability of our players to put their bodies on the line defensively and then quickly transition from D to attack is one of the big things we've been working really hard on. The ability to use turnover ball in a positive way, and this is kind of the signing off of the match as such after a defensive effort like that, and then Dougie getting his runaway, which put us into that really strong position at 32-0. Once again, same theme here, a good attacking set from Houston, but just the desperation of our team not to give up, and behaviours and efforts is kind of what we measure ourselves on. And when you got your team at the 80th minute of the match still scrapping away at the breakdown and putting good tackle shots on, then you know that it's a team of great character. So we were really pleased to end the game that way, and you can see the players themselves were really valued the ability to keep fighting right to the end.
So, Motto, our attention then turns to the first ever home game in Free Jacks history. What's the vibe like leading into that?
Oh, huge vibe. Obviously, LA and Houston are quite big trips in terms of, staying around the airport terminal, getting on the plane, the travel time. So the boys are really excited around, firstly, not having to travel, but secondly, having home fans and the Boston community to be part of what we've been trying to do and showcase where we're at as a team. We're only getting better. We're realistic that this is a long competition and it's not going to be won in the first 3 rounds. But as long as we get the big rocks of our game sorted, then we're going to be pretty confident. So there's a bit of a buzz around the offices and the team environment at the moment, obviously getting to play at Union Point. And we actually had one of our best trainings yesterday down there. The boys are really enjoying the hard and fast surface, and we've got a license to play. And
I joked around saying it's the first time in 5 months the guys will be wearing shorts here at home.
Yeah, to be honest, the weather's been phenomenal. And it looks like it's going to be a nice day on Saturday as well. So everyone's pretty excited.
It really does. Now, the opposition, Utah, unbeaten so far in MLR. They took out a powerful Austin and Toronto team recently. What areas will you need to be wary of for the Warriors?
Obviously, based around a very big and strong forward pack. They enjoy their line-out drives, so it's an area we're going to have to be really wary of. They've got a strong set-piece scrum that they like to launch off as well. So we're under no illusions around the challenge that they're going to bring with this set-piece play. They've got dynamic ball carriers across the field, and they've shown that in both the matches they've played. Our strategy groups have found some chinks in their armour, though, and we're pretty excited about exploiting those in the game. And so we'll quickly find out how good we are. But this is a strong team, and I actually think it's a great team for us to now test ourselves against for a round 3 match. We actually head into the bye after this game, and we kind of had a mini season and a season theme. So these first 3 games are essentially our pre-season, just getting everything cleaned up and locking in our game model. So this is a kind of a nice end to the first wee mini season before we hit our first bye. And I think it's a great team to test ourselves against.
Union Point Stadium sold out, of course, with COVID restrictions, but brilliant to see the community back there supporting you and watching you. And then the other big news too is it's going to be nationally broadcast on CBS Sports Network. You must be thrilled about this.
It's amazing, isn't it? To be on a great network like that. It puts our brand out there and into a big, wide audience. And as I've always said, I hope people can see how hard this team works. I think from last week, keeping the team at 0 is a good sign. And obviously, you go even to round 1 against LA, we never put the white flag up. We keep playing to the 80th minute scoring. So I just want people to see and enjoy a team that will never give up. We'll never give up in our jersey. And what a great moment for rugby in Boston and the wider community to have some live rugby here. It's going to be pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, fans can visit therugbynetwork.com and freejacks.com to get anything you need in the 2021 season, including tickets for our future home matches here in New England. Of course, amazing merchandise and motto. Round 3 will be a real test against the Warriors. But like your stash, anything can happen.
Yeah, no, we're up for it. We're pretty excited. So,
Coach, let's ride.